Hello, Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, and welcome back to the latest Benidorm news update. I don't have much of a voice right now, but I'll try our best. Was waiting today, maybe the voice will come back, but since it's not actually there, almost, we will still try our best and do today's video. This is the result whenever you submerge into the water without thinking and the water goes through your nose and throat. This is the result that you will have a day after. So be careful. Close your mouth and the nose whenever you go inside of the water, dive inside of the water, because I did breathe it in. And now probably all the bacteria were doing its thing. But I'm okay already. We have three different news plus the weather forecast to let you guys know today in this news update. First of all, as usual, the situation in terms of tourism. As you all know, it is completely busy. June's month, July is even busier, but June month we closed down with around 90% of occupancy here in Benidorm, Costa Blanca, Spain. And overall, it is quite busy. I could not say that it's impossible to go anywhere, that it's just so overcrowded with people. It is not the case just yet. Probably by the end of July, beginning of August, it might be. But for now, there's still plenty of space for you to enjoy Benidorm town, even if you do not like big crowds. There are some interesting press and media news, but this time is not coming from abroad. It's not coming from international newspapers or UK newspapers. It's coming from Spanish television. There was a report, a TV show made, which is called Apatrullando Benidorm. It's like a investigation group of people that are on the national television, quite a big channel, one of the most important ones, and they do different types of investigations every now and then. So this time they went to Benidorm, they went to show what it actually looks like. Obviously they went to the British street, they went to where all the drinking and partying is, to show that side of Benidorm and not the most cultural one, which is strange, but if they don't know anything else about Benidorm, I mean, what else would they show, right? But what right now has caused the issues is that this group went inside of the tapas alley. We who live here in Spain, who are Spanish, know this alley as La Calle de los Vascos, the Basque Street, because a lot of people that opened up their businesses there are coming from País Vasco, which is North Spain. So when they've asked waiters on that street on what's happening with the tips, if they're earning good enough, they told them that it was around 1,500, 1,600 euros per month, plus the tips. And they said that obviously there is a huge difference between Spanish people and international tourists, mostly British, who tip very, very well, while Spanish could live like 10 cents or even nothing at all, hardly any euro. International tourists and British tourists sometimes might leave for a table of four from 20 euros up until 100 euros. That could be something normal for them. After that, obviously Spanish have seen it, and there were so many comments in the social media saying that, let me know which one you are actually. That's like a melon. We say in Spain, abrir un melón, like open a melon, which is when it's a very controversial theme and might have two very, very different opinions that might like bump into each other. So a lot of people were actually saying that here in Spain, they don't leave any tip at all, or they leave just like a tiniest bit of it, because they feel like they shouldn't be paying the wages for the employees. That is the employer, it's the business owner who needs to pay them the fair rate and the fair salary, and not like willing to cover it with the tips of someone. Obviously, tips is not something fixed, so you shouldn't be like expecting have a tip. You don't know how much you will earn through the month with tips. And that we don't want here, a lot of people were saying that they don't want the US type of model, when they have like literally a minimum hourly wage, which is very, very small, and then they live out of tips. It's kind of mandatory to leave a tip almost. Here it's not the case, so a lot of people were against it. Let us know what you think. Do you leave tips, or what do you think about it? Should people leave tips, or should it be the employer's issue to actually make the wages and pay the wages where tips wouldn't be necessary to survive? It would be really interesting to hear out your opinion here in the comments. Apart from that, Everything's all right, everything's fine. There's great weather, which we will get into slightly later on in this video. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of excursions. By the way, speaking about the excursions, we did have quite a lot of inquiries for this winter and autumn time. Sadly, we are not entirely sure if we will be able to do the tours. For those of you who do not know, we have an official immigration service for more than a year. We've had it already, and mostly we're working with people from abroad who know us from our Spanish channel, which is Immigrate with Ana, Emigrar con Ana, if you say it in Spanish. And we're working there. We have our own gestoria asesoria, which means that we're a legal service here in Spain, and we'll provide different types of residence permits, private health insurances, help to sign in children into school, get the certificate from the town hall that you're official resident, do all the things necessary to live here permanently, purchase of the properties, long-term rentals, all this, we have people covered with it. And due to this fact, I am continuing new studies to get another second university diploma already. And my studies will be starting in October this year, and around 3 years, I'll try my best to finish it in 3 years. But I still don't know how much time will I have left to do the tours. So we might put them on pause for some time. I'm not entirely sure, but I will let you know as soon as possible. And meanwhile, our immigration service will be working as usual for all of you guys who need it. If some of you did send us requeries to our website and our official email, we will answer you. Don't worry. As soon as we can, you will receive the answer back to your email address. And thank you for contacting us. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about a famous Benidorm market. Only last week, probably or beginning of this one, we did speak about another market that is not as popular. There is more local market that has changed locations due to summer festivals. Right now, we have the news about the famous touristic market situated in Rincon de Loix, Mercadillo Pueblo, because it's situated right next to the Hotel Pueblo Benidorm. This market has sent a requirement to the Supreme Court to stop the brand new project of the Levante, the brand new Rincon de Loix project. This one right here, they're supposed to change all this area forever. The main reason why we've had fires in this area, because they want to take down all the ocupas that were living there illegally to build better properties, have more hotels, have more green areas and natural spaces for people. Exactly this one. As you all know, the Rincon de Loix market is already a touristic place to visit. It's a must-visit place that all hotels are telling tourists about. Don't forget, Wednesdays and Sundays from early in the morning up until 2 p.m. more or less, there's going to be the market. You need to go there. There's a lot of things that you can see. There's a lot of things that you can try. It's like an attraction of a kind. It's part of Benidorm's history. And this issue might be a very, very big rock in this project and for this project. Why they are doing this? Because according to the official information, the town hall was not willing to hear out what the company that owns the town market, the municipal market in Rincon de Loix had to say. The main thing is that this parking lot is private, and it's a private company who runs all of this, including the market. This right here on the screen, this first part is what it looks like right now. And that spot right there, that plot is the actual market, plus the area of parking and the Hotel Pueblo on this side, on the left side. The second map that you can see right here is actually the map where more or less the new buildings will be located. Okay, the actual 100% confirmed location and the plans will be available slightly later on, but there should be 3 areas, very small ones, way smaller than the actual one right now, that will be available for external use, and the use such as markets, maybe some kind of crafts market, fairs, etc. They will be available there, but not on this location, and it's not going to be a huge, big, entire plot available for it. Thus, here's where the issue comes, because well, let us know what you think out of this one. This market is part of tourism. This market is part of Benidorm's history. It's very important for tourists and for locals. And if they don't have like a bigger spot for it, or at least as big as it is right now, there is going to be an issue, because where else would you put it? The street that goes from Metla del Mar towards the market nowadays would be a great option, probably, but closing it down every single Wednesday and Sunday might be slightly problematic for the traffic. Let us know what you think, where you think it would be the best to put the Rincon de Loche market, because as it seems right now, the Supreme Court did not authorize it just yet. They stopped the process, and as you know, until everyone agree, the process will not continue forward, and the project will not advance forward, and nothing will be built. Now you know why so many projects take such a long time, because of Spanish bureaucracy, because of someone going to the Supreme Court and stopping all the process. I do think that they have a right to do so. The Rincon de Loche Sundays and Wednesdays market, they have a full right to do so. They've been here for such a long time. It's a piece of history. It's a part of tourism attractions. It means so much to Benidorm that I get why they're actually doing it. Let's see what's going to be happening. Maybe they will get a better location for it, because I would not like to see the market disappear from Rincon to Loche forever and go to other location. And I also would not like to see it split in three different locations, because like this, not all people will go down all the marketplaces. We'll see how it goes, but so far the company sent its report to the Supreme Court, and we're waiting what the Supreme Court has to tell. Hopefully it's going to be good news for the market, because we, as much as we love the new project, we are team Rincon de Loche market. It needs to survive. It needs to keep continuing, because it's a great piece of Benidorm's history. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is a curiosity. Maybe some of you who are right now in Benidorm have noticed it, or those of you who will be coming shortly, definitely you will notice it. These are these blue lines on different beach areas in Benidorm town. If you remember, while we were in pandemics, while we've had limitations, Spain was the country that had like a lot of different limitations that a lot of people didn't like. Luckily, we're over it, but one of these limitations were these squares of 2 per 2 meters length and width on the beach area that were supposed to ensure privacy and supposed to ensure like the social distancing of 2 meters. And you knew that no one will be able to step inside of your square when you were at the beach. Was a good time, simply because you've had enough space around you. You know, there is no one smoking or eating or drinking or just walking right next to you and putting the sand in your face or on your belongings, which is even worse a lot of the times. So it was kind of all right. But now these lines are back. Does it mean there's social distancing? No, it doesn't. The reason behind it is very, very different and very good reason. Trust me. These blue lines were put, these blue ropes slash lines were put in place by the SOS team in Benidorm, by the emergency department and the police of Benidorm town. Why it's being done? Because a lot of the times, especially in summer season, there are so many people on the front line of the beach that sometimes it's just difficult to pass. And if there is a medical emergency or there's a robbery, there's a theft, if emergencies or police need to go very, very fast towards the water to help someone, they need a fast access, which these things are actually for. They ensure a fastest access, not to need to run around people like this. They ensure the fastest access to the water. So they ask all people who see these lines going straight to the sea, do not put their belongings out there, just in case, because this helps them to get the fastest possible towards the possible victims. This is why it's being put in place. Probably it's only now in the peak season. They will take it down by September, October in any case. But for a peak season, I do think it's a good idea, because sometimes you can hardly pass during peak hours down especially Levante Beach. Poniente Beach is not a big issue, the Malpas either, but Levante Beach has this issue. There's a lot of people out there. It's the most touristic one, it's the most famous one, it's the closest to a lot of hotels, thus they definitely need this type of fast track, if you wish, access towards the sea or front line of the beach. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming to Benidorm this following week? Right now, we do have just the tiniest bit of clouds, but they're so light. There's a lot of heat today, which is why we're in the shade on the terrace. On the sunshine, it is barely possible, at least not for us. The sun is shining really hard, and if it's not first time in the morning, you need to wait up until late evening or some shade like place to be able to film the news update, because if not, that's really hard and dangerous too. The clouds will be here, especially Monday, Tuesday, but not more than that. It's not going to be raining. There's not going to be any kind of storms as north parts of Spain or central parts here. Rain will not come. Surprise, surprise. That's a typical summer here. It's hardly raining at all. And we'll have a lovely, very nice weather, proper for this summer month of July. The temperatures are more or less as they should be, but comparing to previous years, we definitely feel like it's below what we kind of supposed to have, because it's what's been happening the past few years. We've had a lot of heat waves, and having 34, 35, 37 in July was something that kind of was a new normality for us. This year, however, surprise, surprise, cozy 30, 31, 32 maximum degrees, at least for now. We really appreciate this weather. As for the temperatures, there's going to be some day, which is tomorrow and Sunday, when we will have 33 to 35. South Spain will have 40, 44. So we're better here than in South Spain. Trust us, there it's really difficult. You cannot even go out on midday because you'll just melt on the sunshine, literally. And these are going to be just a couple of days afterwards, between 28, 29, and 32. This is the weather and the temperatures we will have in the next at least 7 to 10 days. The water temperature is of 24 degrees, which means it's ideal for swimming, for spending the entire day swimming in the lovely Mediterranean Sea in different beach areas that Benidorm and the villages beyond Benidorm have to offer. Thank you for accompanying us in today's short latest news update from our favorite town of all, Benidorm, Costa Blanca in Spain. We wish you a lovely day, great holidays, and we'll see you in a new video here on the channel. We will go to Valencia Beach. Let's see how the capital of our Valencian community looks like in summer, peak summer season. We'll see you then. Bye.